What up, boys and girls? It's your boy Shadow here, and so I'm here with another Genesis character analysis video. And I've been holding off on this because I know there's a lot of videos on this dude, and there's a lot of like different ideas on how to use him, what to do with them, and things of that nature. So the character I'm going to be using now, it's my favorite character. I got the most time played with. It's my man's. Where is he? My man's right. Oh my God, my man's right here. Nameless. Ladies and gents, this is my favorite character in the entire game. I'm not even exaggerating on that. Like, if you ask any of the people I game with, from the agnostic side to the zone, this is the guy who I use. If you come out to the stream, just see I always use Nameless. It's my favorite character. Stage skills. Oh no. Alright, so that's what I meant. But yeah, so the reason I'm making this video is because, like I said, there's already a lot of people who make videos on the character himself. But it's also it's just hang on, let me do this. Reset level up max, because I didn't want that to stay on the screen. So a lot of people use the character, but I feel like there's a lot of people who use him wrong in a sense. Like, a lot of people use him for in certain ways that I just see aren't as effective. So I just came here to put in my own 2 cents from having a lot of time with the character, him having the best stats. I hit like mastery rank, I think 11 or 13 with him. So yeah, so let's start off with the first thing to build. First item you want is Artemis boots. Now, a lot of people will tell you build where is it? To build turbo boots. Let's say that for the increased movement speed for his passive. Now, what his passive is for his R1 is he increases movement speed for the extra footwork, and his L1 actually bounces off that. So actually, before I get into that, I'm just going to go ahead and read off the abilities. Crippling Darkness is L2. Shadow Strike damages. Crippling Darkness. Shadow Strike damages targets. Shadow Strike damages targets and silences them for 1.5 seconds. Damage dealt based on nameless energy damage. You know, got a 6-second cooldown, 80 energy cost at max, and 278 damage at max. Unseen Step. This is one of the core abilities for Nameless. So with Crippling Darkness, you're going to be using that to get like a lot of your damage out, to chip away at enemies, just to get that last hit off on some people, silence a couple enemies, you know, things of that nature. But Unseen Step is like your bread and butter. So the way it goes is Nameless lunges forward in target direction, damaging enemies in his path. Once his movement speed reaches 450, Nameless gains increased speed and distance and stuns enemies in the path of his lunge. Damage dealt is based on his energy damage. So which is essentially, I'm going to finish the abilities first. Increase Nameless's movement, his R1 extra footwork. Increases Nameless's movement speed. Once his movement speed reaches 450, extra footwork increases his dodge chance. Assassinate. Calls forth Shadow Assassin, 16 over a 4-second period, that deals melee damage to enemies within attack range. Damage is based on Nameless energy damage. So with Crippling Darkness, this is Crippling Darkness. I'm sorry, that's Unseen Step. This is Crippling Darkness, and this is Expert Footwork. Now the way you want to do this is if you run at an enemy and just use Unseen Step by itself, it's not going to stun. But if you use the Expert Footwork and then mess it up. Hang on. If you use this first and then dash in them, it's going to add a. I'm killing them too fast to see the stun. Hang on. Am I slow? Why am I slow? Alright, so watch. It didn't stun. Probably only stuns heroes. Give me a second. Or do I not have the movement speed right now? Should have the movement speed. Movement speed should be. Right now, the movement speed is. Where? Did I show it no more? Okay, nah, 380. I'm sorry, 340 plus 80, 420 plus this. We'll knock it up too. There it is. There's the stun. So I guess it only stuns heroes now. So a lot of people would tell you, ignore this turn. That's from the other character I was looking at. So a lot of people would tell you with Nameless, or a lot of people that I see use them, they try to build, instead of Artemis boots, they build turbo boots for it, for that extra 25%. But in all honesty, it doesn't help much because it doesn't help much. Actually, it does. From looking at it, 445 plus 8, it does. That's what it was. That gives you the ability, yes. But what I felt you should do is leave Artemis on and base it off as R1. So just basing off those boots. I guess that would help because when you pop his R1, you would get a dodge chance. But even still, I feel like you should save it because Artemis boost gives you that energy damage and, you know, that 60. This one just gives you movement speed and it gives you attack damage, which none of your abilities work off of, and armor. Grants extra defense. I've seen some people build Quantum Jump for the 80 movement speed, but that's not enough, honestly, because it's the same as Artemis. So I recommend, and Artemis also gives you energy penetration, which you're going to need in key speed to start building like any energy resistant items like Radiant Shield, things of that nature. So this is just what I recommend. Building Artemis boost. If you want to build turbo, that's up to you. You know, everybody can build their own, but that's what I do. Next item, Helm of Hades. That for the ability, because it lets you do additional ability damage, energy base, equivalent to 7% of the target's current health. It's cooldown 2.5 seconds. When multiple targets, when multiple abilities are used against a single target, additional damage is capped at 350. So yeah, see, this is the item that you're going to be using. Helm of Hades is going to give you that extra ability damage to get the hits off. So I would usually build Nameless this, Helm of Hades. I will come up, Scepter of Zeus for the extra energy damage and the movement speed. Then, if you're feeling a little risky, you know, feel like you want to do a little extra, Chrono Switch. Chrono Switch will allow you to pop your ability, which you're really going to be using a lot in like team fight scenarios. So if you're in a team fight, you're not going to be running in there and trying to one target somebody. I mean, running into a team fight, popping your L1, then popping your ultimate, or you can pop your L2 next and then pop your ultimate. I typically, so most of my fights will go run in, this, L2, ult, just to get that extra damage off. But you can go in there, boom, ult, and then get the L2 off for the safety measure. That's just how I personally do it. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this, go ahead and reset the levels. That's just me though. Oh, I reset the level max. That's just how I do it though. But refresh. Take cooldowns off. Well, yeah. So with that, other than that, you know, these are your main ability damage items. If you want to build more energy damage, then Radiant Shield, because it gives you extra energy and grants you a shield, so that's a little bit of defense. A lot of people with Nameless, now, at first I was iffy. Now, Medusas is an item, of course, if you play Genesis, you already know what Medusas. Now, I see a lot of people use Medusas wrong, though. A lot of people take Medusas and they use it anytime they get into a fight. Like, I can use an Argus and run at an enemy and they'll pop Medusas. That is wrong for the simple fact that Medusas clearly states, where is it? Grants the bearer immunity to all energy effects for 5 seconds. A lot of people just use this against anybody. No, you're only supposed to use it against energy-based characters. So if you run up against a E60 and you pop Medusas, do not wonder why you still got stunning damage. Now, with Medusas, you can put it on Nameless because since everybody's going to be using Medusas, you're going to need it if you're fighting another energy character with Medusas because this will just shut Nameless down. Like, if you, I don't care how weak the enemy unit is. If they pop Medusas against you, you are sitting duck and you're just a punching bag for them for that 5 seconds. Now, if you're fighting against a physical character, the item you'll be using will be, where is it? Item you'll be using would be the, not the Prometheus Shield, it was a different item. Quantum Vest? Nah, it was a different item. Trying to, that's not the offense. Encapsulator becomes a vulnerable, but nah, it's not encapsulated either. Huh, where is it? Defense is over here, maybe. Space is right there. No. Deflector plate. No. New. I know it's not as structured as you guys would hope to be. Where is that item? It's not encapsulated. Did they take that item out the game? I'm not seeing it. This is the energy section.
I have traveled far,
defense.
but my resolve is steadfast.
I think they may have taken it out of the game as an item that made you immune to all physical attacks for some time or things of that nature. Well, for now, let's just say you'll build the encapsulator. You build the encapsulator in order to guard yourself from physical attacks. This will only make you safe for 2.5 seconds, which is half, but when Nameless, you should be able to escape easy and then come back or just dance around the target until they run out of their Medusas, and then you should be able to lay the smackdown on what you have left. Now, if you build a lifesteal on Nameless, you're just doing yourself a disservice. Now, a lot of other people will also put on the Reatomizer. I personally feel like the Nameless does enough damage that you don't need it, but if you find yourself in a situation where you do need to put it, it is a great item to have because it does turn targets into sheep and allows them just to be easily picked off by you. So, like, let's say I put this on, like, my build usually consists of this. I wouldn't have Reatomizer personally because a lot of people use it, and I typically stray away from what everyone else does. So, say Crimson Storm, and I will come here, do this. You're mostly going to be let's cut off let's cut the cooldown stuff off. It's kind of messing this up.
I have
Okay,
traveled far,
so
but my resolve.
can I reset enemy levels? Refresh. Reset levels. Reset enemy. I can't. Alright, so come here, do this. And of course, this thing is just dead. Now, granted, Nameless doesn't have much defense. I play Nameless really assassin-like. So I'll get in there and I'll damage an enemy and then I'll like try to immediately kill them and get out. I don't sit there and have long drawn out battles. If I do, I'm typically like where the turn is, typically dancing around my target. Like if they pop Medusas, I'm staying on the outside, waiting for them to run off. I'll dash to the opposite side and just keep on moving around and try to stay out of range and get that dodge chance up. Now, with Nameless, one of the things I can recommend is I typically play him in the jungle. I don't really personally think Nameless is for laning, but if you do lane with Nameless, the most I can say is like stay behind the minion waves. You're going to be mainly tower hugging because you don't want to extend too far until you take out the enemy unit or the enemy hero. So what you can do is like just if you're like level 3, stay back, pop this a little bit to get last hits off enemy your enemy minions. It takes a lot of mana, so that's the thing with jungling or using Nameless period or like using them in lane. You're going to be running out of mana. This alone takes up a lot of mana early game. Late game is not much of an issue, but early game that will just decimate your mana pool. But other than that, my only tips on Nameless is to mainly just get in and out of fights. Don't stray too long. Don't sit there and consistently try to have long drawn out battles. Please, please, look, I'm only saying this because I've seen some people do it and it's kind of bothering me. Do not build Crimson Mask, Devil's Mutation, or Alien Exosuit on Nameless. It does not help at all. It makes things incredibly worse because you kind of look crazy putting these items on a character that doesn't even work off of damage, like physically. Yeah, there's lifesteal, but there's other items you can't have that just works 100% better. But yeah, ladies and gents, that's my video for Nameless. That's my thoughts on the character, and hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, time to look back in the shadows. Peace out.